And we are live. I'd like to welcome everybody to the first ever Let's Talk Fishing video podcast angler profile. With me today, I have Rob Welsh of Kentucky, who mostly fishes eastern Tennessee. So, Rob, without further ado, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Yeah, I've been a co for the last 4 or 5 years. I fished FLW tour, a couple events as a co. Fished some Bass Open events. I fished the Mountain Division and volunteer of the BFLs. So had a lot of great anglers fished with. Learned a lot. So just keep adding to my tackle box.
That's great, Rob. That's great. So, tell us what was your most memorable moment while fishing a tournament?
I guess I had a Clay Dyer on Cherokee like last year before, and we had a tropical storm, remnants coming through, and man, just how he handled it. I mean, just a pro, just through and through. We'd pull in the cove, and if angler was there, he'd say, "Hey, that's his cove," so he went on. But man, just an absolute great guy to fish with, and an inspiration.
So, tell me about fishing with Gerald Swindle.
Yeah, I fished Gerald in Toho, like year before last, and man, it's first time. It was my first Bass Open, and I just couldn't believe it. And he was great. But it's funny, he's he jokes around a lot, but when he's fishing, he's pretty quiet, serious business. But yeah, I learned a great deal from him about the business and just fishing in general. So it was a great day with him.
Well, when you're fishing with a guy like Gerald Swindle, does that show you just how good these guys are?
Oh yeah. I said his first cast of the day was just as accurate as his last cast. So I was like, yeah, I got to work on my casting a little bit. So
and when you say accurate, why don't you define that when you're talking about Gerald Swindle?
Like he was flipping and pitching, and he would hit a target 10 or 15 yards, and he'd just lay it in the water. It wouldn't even ripple. Just kind of lay it. You couldn't hear it. No splashes, nothing. Just ease it in.
I've seen guys do that. That's incredible. That's absolutely
It's like a work of art. I mean, just
So, what's next for Rob Welsh as far as the fishing world goes?
I'm going to be fishing the Toyota Series for the first time this year, Central Division. Had a good friend of mine, Mr. Sean. We've been buddies since high school, and so he taught me in being his co-link. So doing Toyota, I'll be at Gunnersville in the month. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I would be looking forward to that too. So why don't you give us a quick rundown of your supporters and sponsors?
Yeah, of course, Vector Hooks. I've been with them since the start. The greatest hooks on the market, I think. That's all I ever use. Vicious Fishing Line, FX Rods, Yeti Coolers, Cajun Lures, Woo Tungsten, and I know I'm forgetting somebody, but there's a lot of great sponsors. I do work with Fishing for Autism with MC Norris, so a lot of great folks I've been working with and blessed to meet and be friends with.
Well, thank you very much for your angler profile, Rob. I really appreciate that.
All right, thank you, Jake. Always great to talk to you.